back. I'm your host, Khalil, the host of Khalil Sports. We're coming to you live right here, Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County here. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you guys about the fact that the Knicks have lost to the Lakers 101 and 99, and what the Knicks had to do. And they're doing the 3 games left, by the way. Something that they do to get some wins, and to keep this explains now though, but they'll come back. I'll talk with you guys about the fact that Breanna Stewart has signed a multi-year offer. She had her own signature shoe, by the way. I'll tell you about the fact that the Nets had taken out the Bulls 115-107 last night. I'll tell you guys about the fact that Man City won the City, by the way. So, go for that. Patrick Baldwin's going to be going to the Horizon League. He's going to join his dad, Patrick Baldwin Sr., by the way, who's a Panthers coach, who's been Panthers coach since 2017. Oakland A's are going to relocate someplace, by the way. So that's all there's need to know on that. I'll tell you guys about the fact that Anthony Rumble Johnson Jr. was arrested for identity theft. I'll tell you guys about the fact that Anderson Silva is on the brink of calling it quits in the MMA world. I'll get you guys that for sure. And Serena Williams lost her 1K match at the 2020 Italian Open in the second round. So really not looking good there. Rangers have fired David Quinn, by the way, and the assistant were released, by the way, as well. So that's all there is to need on that, everybody. So that's all you need to know on that, everybody. For now on that, for sure. So that's all there's you need to know about on that. And also the NFL schedule is going to be released later on tonight. Everybody needs to know. All right, so first things first. I'm saying this over last night's game, by the way, which looked more like a finals game without LeBron James yet again. By the way, 83, who's still dealing with a groin injury. He had 20 points, had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Kuzma has scored 20 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Andre Drummond has scored 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Talen Horton-Tucker, or THC, scored 13 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals. Julius Randle scored 31 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. D-Rose scored 27 points, 6 rebounds, and assists, 3 steals, 1 block. I'll say this right now. The Knicks were that close to putting away the Lakers. Knicks would have kept their spot in the playoffs. They were 4th place. Now they're 6th place. So the Knicks, man, THC had made that game-winning shot, by the way, I'll tell you that. Man, the Knicks, they're doing pretty good so far, I'll tell you that. So 83 on the flip side, he's got a bit of a groin injury. That's not looking good for him. I'm not sure what his status is going to be, but I can tell you this, that I'm not sure his condition is going to be. He may be less than 100%, I guess, maybe. But I think it's going to say that Lakers are still alive, though. They may have it. I mean, they're 7th place. But I think it's going to say that the Knicks right now, they only got 3 games. They have the Spurs, Hornets. I'm sorry, the Spurs, Hornets, and Celtics, by the way. If they win those 3 games, they can get back in the playoffs. So, but here's the thing: the Knicks, Hawks, and the Heat, they're tied up, same record. But the Knicks right now, Julius Randle is MVP material. I'll tell you that. So I was assuming, like I thought the Knicks were going to get. I thought the Knicks were going to get their playoff spot. If Rodgers just went ahead and turned that ball over, the Knicks would would be in the playoffs by now. But obviously they're not. The Knicks have a chance. The Knicks have a chance to get back. They have a chance to come back from this. I'll tell you that. They will come back from this. And the Knicks right now, they're looking pretty good. And I honestly thought that the Knicks were going to actually get this sealess win. That didn't happen last night. I mean, they lost by 2 points. They're literally doing this without LeBron James, who's sitting out with an ankle injury, who's resting his ankle. So 83 was coming out of his own. But my goodness, 83, you know, I got a bit of a groin injury, by the way. I'll tell you that. So my question is, can 83 really get to the playoffs on his own? and win a title. I mean, win another title was on without LeBron James's time to the equation. And could he be the Finals MVP? I wonder for sure that's going to happen because 83 could probably miss. Not sure, a couple games, I guess, maybe. This will tell you. This will pretty much tell you that the Lakers may pretty much have to are a lot of trouble right now. And Lakers, right? I can tell you this right now. The Lakers, by the way, they're a little banged up. So yeah, Lakers aren't going to get there, but I don't think it's going to be easy for them. So the games they do have are against the Rockets, Pacers, and Pelicans. So honestly, I just thought that I thought the Lakers are actually going to get. I thought the Lakers were actually going to get a big. I thought the Lakers were going to lose that game. The Lakers, they were close to losing that game. They were that close to losing. So I thought the Knicks. Look, the Knicks. I have complete faith in the Knicks. I really do. But I think it's safe to say that the Knicks right now, they're a looming threat. Knicks have a chance to come back from this loss. It's not over yet because they have 3 games left remaining. They got the Spurs, Hornets, and Celtics, by the way. So they can win those 3 games. They have a chance of getting back in the playoff picture. But the Heat and the Hawks had to lose those games last night. But the Heat, they got to lose too as well. So I think it's safe to say the Knicks, they got to get together. I mean, look, the Knicks, they didn't disappoint whatsoever. They really didn't disappoint. Because honestly, I honestly thought the Knicks were going to I thought the Knicks were actually going to get this win. Because, I mean, Knicks are still good. I'll tell you that. But honestly, they just couldn't say they couldn't say their spot. And they may have cost themselves the playoff spot. And now they're in 6th place now. My concern, though, is that they may have an elimination ahead of them. And if they're eliminated in the early round, the first round, second round, they're in trouble. But the Knicks, they can still win this. They can still win this whole thing. They can still get back in the playoff picture. The Knicks have played like a playoff team. I'll tell you that. They may be their own super team, like it or not, guys. And the Knicks right now, I mean, sure, you got Orange, Julius Randle. You have D. Rose, who scored 27 points last night. You got them. And, where were the other guys? Where was R.J. Barrett? Where was Emmanuel Quickley, who sat out the game? Where was Alec Burks? Where's Elfrid Payton? Where's Reggie Bullock? Where are those guys? Those guys need to step up. So, how are Orange really can handle the team on his own, and D. Rose too as well. Where is R.J. Barrett in this equation? Where is he at? The other guys got to step up too. Yeah, sure, D. Rose, sure, Orange, Julius Randle, and D. Rose stepped up. Why can't R.J. Barrett and guys like Alec Burks, Elfrid Payton, Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox, as well? Why can't those guys step up too as well? Taj Gibson too. So why can't they step to the plate here? Really, they Knicks right now. They would have stayed alive to keep their playoff spot. They would have been like 39, 30, 41, 31, I guess. The Knicks, they're still a good team. They were still a good team. There's a legitimate chance they get back to the playoffs picture. I mean, sure, the Knicks are still one-time teams now, but now they're 6th place. So I'm praying the Knicks they come back from this. I'm praying that happens. I'm praying the Knicks get their spot back. I'm praying the Knicks get to the playoffs for sure. I'll tell you that. But if the Knicks, they somehow get the playoffs, I mean, they take out all 3 teams left, Spurs, Hornets, and Celtics, they could get in. Except the Hawks had to lose the game, and the Heat had to lose games too. So I'm looking forward to that, which I do, by the way. For sure, I'll tell you that though. So the Knicks, they have to at least keep this playoff spot. The Heat can't keep their playoff spot either, and the Hornets and the Hawks, they got to lose theirs as well. So the Knicks, whoever they face in the playoff tournament, so it's a big decision on that note. So I got the Knicks all the way. That's what I got. So I got to go with the Knicks. I believe the Knicks right now. I have a lot of confidence in them, which I do. I believe the Knicks right now, if they can get back in the playoff hunt, if they can get back in the playoff picture. I mean, look, they made it on the playoff spot last week, but they may have lost. But they did sort of lose it last night when they lost to the Lakers in a really close game, like by 2 points. Knicks would be They would have Knicks nearly won that game though. Like, are you serious? Because I honestly thought the Knicks were gonna seal this win and get to the playoffs. That was one win, but I'm not. I'm pretty ashamed of them, which I am, by the way. But they're still doing good. But last night, that looked more like an NBA Finals matchup. I'll tell you that. So it comes down to Knicks versus the Lakers in the NBA Finals. Will LeBron James coming back? Oh wow! Be sure it's gonna be a good one. You better be sure this is on. The Knicks are still living good, which they are, by the way. But make no mistake about that. The Knicks are gonna come back. They will. They're gonna beat up the Spurs, Hornets, and Celtics all the way. But the Heat and the Hawks, they got to lose those games. They have to. So the Knicks are still one of the top teams out there. They're still their own super team. But the Knicks right now, they got to at least get some wins. Is what they really need. If they can get 2 wins, they get the playoff spot. So if they don't, then that's not looking good on their part. But the Knicks, they still need to get the win, and the Knicks, they still got to step it up. That's all I got to do for now. So the Knicks, they can still get up, but they'll be out to the play-in tournament. And the Knicks, they can still secure a spot in the playoffs, which they can, but which they have to, by the way. So I'm hoping that happens by this week. So that has to happen. Or this week, I'm looking forward to that, which I am, by the way. And 83 was injured, but 83 has got a bit of a groin injury, so he may miss probably tonight's game, I guess. So that's not looking good in this part. I'm not sure if he's going to be playing tonight, though. That's a big question when everyone wants to know. So that's a question we all got to know for sure. Another thing we'll get into, by the way, that the Nets defeated the Bulls 115-107, where you saw KD scored 21 points, had 8 rebounds, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Kyrie Irving, who had a bit of a facial contusion injury, he had 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. BG had scored 13 points, 4 rebounds, and assists. Joe Harris scored 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Bruce Brown scored 15 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. Jeff Green scored 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block. Zach LaVine has scored 41 points. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Coby White scored 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Nikola Vucevic scored 12 points and rebounds, 6 assists. Now, Kyrie Irving may be out with the facial contusion injury, but I'm not sure what his condition is. So, I mean, and although James Harden on the flip side of that, he may be coming back for the playoffs instead. He may be showing up for the next 3 games, I guess. So, to say that the Nets right now, they're still good though, maybe not good enough. So it's safe to say that Kyrie can be coming back. I'm not sure his condition's going to be, and he may have had an MRI. He may get it later on today. So I think it's safe to say that that Kyrie Irving could probably be out of action for. He could probably. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a plus. I don't think so. But I would just tell you that. Excuse me. I would just simply tell you that Kyrie Irving could be coming back, and although if that's not the case, and that's that for him, the Nets would definitely probably lose that game though. But how the Nets going to be without Kyrie Irving? That's how it's going to turn out. So that's a big question we need to ask ourselves, everybody. So can the Nets finally get back in the get it? Can Kyrie Irving get back? So it's not going to be easy for the Nets. I can tell you that right now. So. That's still looking good though, but I think they say that Nets are going to come back. I mean, they won for sure. They beat the Bulls, but clearly this needs to say that the Nets right now, they're legit contenders, which they are. By the way, they are finals contenders, which they are. So definitely that's something we have to keep our eyes out on, and hopefully that will ensue. So it may not ensue. I can tell you that. So honestly, that's the big question we need to know for sure. Others I want to get into, by the way, that Breanna Stewart signed a multi-year offer with PUMA, by the way. She got no signature. So congrats to her. Big congrats to her on that. She didn't get engaged last week. Big congrats to her on that as well. So that's all there's needs to know on everybody. Also, some other news I want to get into, by the way, that Patrick Baldwin is going to be going to Milwaukee, by the way, of the Horizon League basketball. He's going to be joining his dad, who's the Panthers coach since 2017. Big that's a big move right there. Also, some other news, by the way, that Anderson Silva may be done with MMA, by the way. Now he is scheduled to take on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on June 19th, by the way, in Guadalajara, 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 Mexico, by the way, in a boxing match. So that's a big that's a big interesting match. I can tell you that. So it's a big move for him. So I'm not sure what it's gonna do in the boxing industry. I can tell you that. This is sort of like how Floyd Mayweather took on Conor McGregor back in 2017, and Floyd Mayweather destroyed Conor McGregor by 10 TKO. We remember that match. But there's a Silva, by the way, stepping into the boxing industry. And then you got him taking on Julius Chavez Jr. Would be a good match, I can tell you that, though. So that's something that a lot of people want to see. So could Anderson Silva be taking on boxing after MMA? Let me know in the comment section about that. I will definitely adjust sponsor. And that's all there's you to know. Everybody on that note. Also, some others I want to get into. The New York Rangers have fired coach David Quinn, by the way, and the assistants, by the way, as well. Now, this all comes after Tom Wilson, the Cavs, was fined, by the way, for the hits on the Rangers players and not being suspended. So, and the Rangers were fined $250K for criticizing the officials about Tom Wilson not being suspended, by the way, over him being fined for hitting on players, for attacking Rangers players, by the way. So that's a big question that they weren't too satisfied with. So honestly, that's probably the biggest move yet. That's all there's need to know in that. So who's the new Rangers coach? But that's a big question you need to know in that. All some others I want to get into, by the way. The Oakland A's are going to be relocating, by the way. Now the Oakland A's, they have played their home games in Oakland since 1968. So clearly, this is a bit of a big move, though. So I mean, they may have been from World Series champs of their own, though. But it's just sad to see the Oakland A's had to relocate from their stadium, not play games in Oakland, not play the home games in Oakland anymore. So that's not look good for them. My question is exactly where do you think the home game is going to be at? Could it be in Vegas, much like the how it used to be Oakland Raiders, and then the Vegas Raiders? Could the Oakland A's be in the footsteps of the Vegas Raiders? Could they really happen? Perhaps it might, or could they just share the stadium? By the way, on that note, so honestly, this is a question that I was going to ask. So where's could it be maybe Miami? Could it be Milwaukee? It's like where, or can it be Canadian border? Like really where? Where could the Oakland A's play their home games at? Where exactly? Could it be someplace in Virginia? Could it be in some place out there in Cali? Could it be somewhere like in Vegas, I guess? Could it be in could they share a stadium with anyone other teams? Which probably may not happen. Could it be Portland, I guess? Could it be let's see, Oregon, I guess? Like any of those, any city or state. So let me know where you guys think the Oakland A's are going to play next, by the way. Let me know in the comment section. I will definitely be more than happy to address your sponsors, everybody, because even though Oakland A's have played their home games since 1968, and clearly this is a pretty much not looking good on that part. So it's awful news there, and probably one of the many reasons because the government officials, the green light to a new stadium project, spent years in limbo. And honestly, the city council for its late July summer recess also says the anticipated specter of the A's looking to relocate. That was pretty good though. So honestly, this is really awful news. I mean, it's just a sad thing though. It's sort of like how those puny Warriors had to move across the Bay Area to San Fran, and the NFL's Raiders left for the Vegas. Now, their stadium could be. I mean, it's been for 55 years. Could be the Ring Central Stadium. By the way, it's had numerous sites in Oakland, Dalliances of Fremont and San Jose in 2 decades without groundbreaking. Now, that sits a Howard Turner project, which the A's have proposed privately funding a $1 billion stadium and spending more in development that would include 3 key units of affordable housing, office and retail space, and a hotel. It's a huge effort, and it's been seems likely to exceed. And honestly, the goal is to have that open in 2023. Now, even approved by Oakland City Council this summer, it won't be ready until 2027. So honestly, the Oakland A's. So basically, if the Oakland A's they make their announcement, depending on where they're going to play next, they may make their announcement on the relocation they may have tomorrow, next week, this week, next week. I'm really not sure exactly, and I think that it's pretty much a big deal though. It's really sad though. You honestly just hate to see it though. So clearly, now they proposed in late April and was said to include 450 million community benefits, 955 bill, so 955 million general fund revenues, 855 million commitment from the city for infrastructure improvements. Now the A's they lease a Ring Central Coliseum that runs through 2024. Rebuilding of the Coliseum site seen by some as possibility, not an option for a future vision of baseball. And the Coliseum is not a visible site, viable option anymore for future for baseball. And clearly, it's just a point to see. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Oakland A's. So where are they going to wind up? Could they play in Charlotte? Could they play in Tennessee? Which spots are out there for the Oakland A's? Let me know in the comments about this, everybody. I will definitely address the response to this. That is all there is you need to know. So that is all there is you need to know. That so Oakland A's got to find a spot to play the home games at, a new spot to play the home games at, and that's pretty much all there is you need to know in that, everybody. So wouldn't matter where it's going to be, guys. Wouldn't matter where it's going to be. Who knows? Another thing I want to get into, by the way, that Anthony Rumble Johnson was arrested for identity theft. By the way, this all comes just days after after he after his Bellator 258 victory against defeating Jose Augusto. Now it says Johnson illegally bought a ticket from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to Newark, New Jersey, and back in 2019 by allegedly using someone's credit card without permission to purchase a flight. Also, that Johnson was charged. Now Johnson was charged for identity theft. He was released on a $500K bond. Now his court date is going to be in June, by the way. So that's all there is you need to know in that, everybody. So that's pretty much all you need to know in that. So Anthony Rumble Johnson was arrested for identity theft, by the way, days after his Bellator 258 victory against Jose Augusto. Now after his fight, by the way, cops would arrest him for identity theft. And clearly, there could be some more repercussions on that, everybody. And that is all there is you need to know on that. So that's pretty much all there is you need to know on that, just for now. So clearly, that's not looking good on that. So clearly, it's bad. It's a bad look for him. And he knows better than that. He knows better than that. He knows better. So that's pretty much all there's you need to know in that, everybody. That's all there's you need to know. So that's not looking good on that. And clearly he knows better than that. So he should be ashamed of himself. I'll tell you that, though. He should be ashamed of himself. So that's all there's you need to know. It was a new Caden car, by the way. So that's all there's a flight, by the way. So that's all there's you need to know on that. Also, another thing I want to get into, by the way, that Serena Williams has lost her 1K match, by the way, against Nadia Podoroska. By the way, at the 2020 Italian Open in the second round. So that's a big loss for her. And clearly this is awful news. So Serena Williams, she just lost at the 2020 Italian Open. Her 1K match, by the way. Her 1,000th match against Nadia Podoroska. So honestly, that's awful. So She'll be back next time. She'll be back. There's always next time. So that's all there is to do in there. Question: what's going to Serena Williams? That's the big question you guys want to know for sure. So that makes you there, bro. I'll tell you that though. Also, some others I want to get into, by the way. Want to wish that birthday's out to chairperson of rivals, belated birthday to chairperson of rival schools, Aurelia DeCella Doge of Soul Calibur, Ryoko Izumo of World Heroes, Ving Rhames, Emilio Estevez, Kim Fields, Malin Ackerman, Jason Biggs, Rami Malik, Emily Van Camp, Tony Hawk, late-grade Yogi Berra, Daquan Loco, Sierra Dallas, Cuban Doll, Odea Rush. You got Cara Maria, Sorbello, Mo Bamba. You got Steve Smith, Anna, Katharina, Moxie, Raya, Katya Jones, Alex Robinson, Malcolm, David Kelly, Nadia, Amualem, Raya, Aberachin, Kim Anderson, and Allison, and Kushida, the cruiserweight champ, Kushida, Kim Anderson, Allison Jones. Some of your birthday wishes, shouts, tweets on the comments down below. That's all I got to do just for now. That's all I got to say about that note. That's all there's you need to know about on that note. So, no more to that, everybody on that note. That's all there's you need to know. Also, guys, the NFL schedule is going to be coming out tonight, guys. So, that is all there is you need to know, everybody. So, once again, everybody, the NFL's 2021 schedule will be coming out, by the way, tonight, everybody. So, just to remind you on that. So, some notable games here. You got Cowboys, those puny, pathetic Cowboys that taking on defending Super Bowl champs, the Bucks, Tampa Bay Bucks. You got Seahawks taking on the Colts. You got the Jags taking on the Texans here. Eagles and Falcons. Chargers at Washington. Steelers at Bills Mafia. That's going to be a good one, by the way. AFC divisional title, divisional game matchup. Niners at the Lions. You got the Vikings and the Bengals. Zach Wilson taking on the Panthers. Sam Darnold, by the way. Carr taking the Titans. Brown. Chiefs Kingdom taking on the Browns. That's going to be a good one. I can tell you that. G-Man and the Broncos. Packers at Saints. Bears. Justin Fields taking on the Rams. Be going too. Ravens at the Raiders. You got the Jets taking on the Falcons here. You got the Dolphins taking on the Jags. So those are notable games, everybody, on that note. Real notable games there. So very surprising news. I can tell you that. Just a little bit of old games. So that's pretty much all there is you need to know on that, everybody. So I'll give you guys the Giants schedule for sure, everybody, on that note. So pretty much all there is you need to know on that, everybody, on that note. So the rest of the schedule will be coming out later on tonight. So that's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. So that's the best you get there, everybody. I just need a couple of notable games. My question is this one. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to be at? Because he doesn't know just coming back to the Packers. I can tell you that. So even though he still wants out of the Packers, he doesn't know just winning the Super Bowl title with them anymore. Question is he going to consider, probably, getting traded some of the team out there before the season starts? Or is he going to retire? By tonight, tomorrow, this week, next week, or next month. So honestly, guys, this is a big question you guys have to ask yourselves, guys. And Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers may not be the quarterback for next season. I can tell you that. Especially when the schedule's coming out too, by the way, tonight, guys. So that's all there's need to know on that. So Aaron Rodgers, his future is not looking good right now. It's in dire jeopardy. Even though he also jeopardy, last month, but he did really good with that. I think it's safe to say that Aaron Rodgers is going to consider retiring, by the way. I can tell you that. So I think it's safe to say that's the right choice for him. If he's 37, he's going to be 38 in December, by the way. So honestly, this is probably a big moment for him. Let him do what he wants. If he's got interest being traded, that's fine. Or if he's got interest being, retiring, he'll do so. So I'm looking forward to Aaron Rodgers retire, by the way, at 37. So I'm looking forward to that. He may have any interest even coming back to any team a team of his choosing. Nor he may not have any interest even considering winning the Super Bowl with a different team instead of the Packers. He still wants out. So honestly, that's a big surprise right there. And honestly, that's the big question against yourselves, everybody. So hopefully that will all sue. So one of those is going to sue, guys. I'll tell you that. So that's what you got to know on that, everybody. That is all you need to know. So that may happen, everybody. That may happen, everybody. So that's all you need to know on that, everybody. And that's all you need to know on that, everybody. So big surprise there. And that's all you need to know, everybody. So this is pretty much something that a lot of people want to know for sure. Questions: will Aaron Rodgers come back with a different team before the season starts? So clearly, this is a big surprise, everybody. Because Aaron Rodgers is going to be starting quarterback for next season. I can tell you that. So the schedule being out, so clearly, what's going to be seen there? What is Aaron Rodgers going to do? That's a real question you guys can ask yourselves, everybody. Yes, it's set to be ran. I don't know when to Chandler Woodley. What's the fiance thinking now? So your thoughts, everybody, on that note, everybody. Aaron Rodgers, yes, we all know him as the GOAT. We all know him as as MVP, as a Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame material. We all know he's a first ballot Hall of Fame. We all know him as the MVP material, which he is, by the way. We all know him as a 3-time MVP. We all know him as the GOAT. We all know that for sure. But on that note, we all know he's a former Super Bowl champion of his own right. We all also know this, that he has not won numerous Super Bowl titles. He's only had one Super Bowl title of his own. My question is he going to get any more Super Bowl titles with a different team to eclipse Tampa Bay? Could he do so on that? Sure, he may get to 5 titles. The question you guys got yourselves everybody on that note. And that's surprising there. And or maybe it's just this. Or is it not going to consider not getting more Super Bowl titles before he ends his career, and next thing you know, it retires and has jersey up in the Raptors. So that's what are your thoughts about that, bro? What do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do? Let me know for sure, everybody, on that. That's all you got to know on that, everybody, on that note. Ladies, that was do right there for the Khalil Sports Boy. Please be sure you always tune in, like, subscribe to the Khalil Sports Boy YouTube channel on Facebook page by any and all means necessary. Be sure you send me your comments and tweet your thoughts and reaction of the Knicks losing to the Lakers last night, 101-99. It was a close game, though. A really close game. Knicks would have won that, but Knicks is showing signs of life. But they can still get some wins. They only got 3 games left. They have the Spurs, Hornets, and Celtics, which they do. So I'm looking forward to those games, and Knicks got to get a win. Looking forward to that. They almost won that game. So they would have won that. That's fine. So that's all there is to on that. So that's all you got to know on that, everybody. So the planned tournament is going to be this week, next week. So hopefully that happens. And I'm definitely looking forward to that, which I am, by the way. Hopefully the Knicks will come back. That's all you need to know on that, everybody, on that note. So that's all you need to know on that. Knicks, they still got this. They got it. What are your thoughts on the even though 83's got a bit of a he's got a bit of a groin injury on his hands, which he doesn't. Could he be sitting out that game? So your thoughts, everybody, let me know in the comments about that. I'll just my sure everything's gonna be ready for tonight's game against the Rockets. Let me know about that for sure. Also, your thoughts on the Nets defeating the Bulls 115-107 last night. You think Kyrie Irving face conditions can keep him out of action, or is going to come back? What do you think of James Harden? By the way, he says he's going to be cut back for the playoffs. Let me know what comes in about that. I'll definitely just respond to everybody. With us is Serena Williams, by the way, losing her 1K match in the Italian Open to Nadia Podoroska. Let me know what comes in about that. I'll definitely just respond to everybody. That's all you need to know on that. Your thoughts exactly on Breanna Stewart, Breanna Stewart signing signing with PUMA, by the way, and having no signature shoe. Let me know in the comments about that. I'll definitely just sponsor everybody. That's all you need to know on that. This is Patrick Baldwin playing for Milwaukee on the Horizon League, playing for his dad, Patrick Baldwin Sr, who's the coach of the Milwaukee Panthers in the Horizon League. So he's been coaching since 2017. So what are your thoughts about that? They move right for that. Let me know about that. Your thoughts on the Rangers firing coach David Quinn, by the way, and the assistant. Let me know about that. I'll just sponsor everybody. So you need to know. With Manchester City defeating, win the Premier League title by being the Premier League champs, by the way, at the Man U lost to Leicester City. Let me know about the company. I'll just address sponsor everybody. So you need to know that. Also, that's the NFL schedule will be coming out later on tonight. So that's about that. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back with a different team to get another super title of his own or titles of his own? Or is going to retire, by the way, before the season starts. Let me know in the comments about the way Rodgers is going to do. I will definitely just sponsor that. That's all you need to know on that. So that's a big question we need to ask ourselves. Also, what do you guys think that the Oakland A's are going to play their home games at? Next on that, they used to play their games at the Oakland since 1968. So you think they're going to be the shoes of the Vegas Raiders, or you think that they're going to pretty much play in any other city and state? So your thoughts about that? Let me know in the comments. Now, definitely just sponsor that. That's all there is to know. You need to know on that. Also, guys, what are your thoughts on where because we're waiting Anthony Robert Johnson? He was arrested for identity theft, by the way. So your thoughts about that? Because we're waiting him. Let me know in the comments about that. I'll just respond to that, everybody. What's the Anderson Silva nearing being close to being done with MMA? So let me know in the comments about that. I'll just respond to that. So you need to know on that. Also, guys, send your brother wishes out to Chris, chairperson of rival schools, Aurelia Dachala, Dolch of Soul Calibur, Ryoko Izumo, World Heroes, Ving Rames, Emilio Estevez, Kim Fields, Malin Ackerman, Jason Biggs, Rami Malik, Emily Van Camp, Tony Hawk, Laker Yogi Berra, Daquan Loco, Sierra Dallas, Cuban Doll, Odeya Rush, Cara Maria, Sorbello, Mo Bamba, Steve Smith, Anna Katharina, Moxie Raya, Katia Jones, Alex Robinson, Malcolm David Kelly, Nadia, Amualam, Nadia Amualam, Raya Abarached, Kimmerson, Kushida, the Cruiserweight champ, and Allison Jones. So your thoughts about that, let me know in the comments. Now, say your brother wish on Twitter, but that's all you can do just now. That's all I can say about on that note. And that's all you need to know on that. NFL schedule's coming out later on tonight, so best to get there, everybody. That's all you need to know. Not just named a couple out there, so your thoughts about that. I'll just respond to everybody. That's all you need to know. And I'll have more breaking news sometimes like at least the Roman storylines and much more the clues. What's everything sports related, everything there is you gotta know on that. So that's all you need to it. Knicks gotta get in there. That's what they gotta do. They still got it. So that's about that. I'll just respond to that. So you need to know on that. Playoffs for next week, guys. So that's all you need to know on that. I'll have more breaking news sometimes like at least so much more throwing the clue sports. I'll just respond to that. That's all you need to know on that. So take care, everybody. You guys have a good evening. Please be safe with that. Bye bye.